All right, welcome back. We were almost through our ball bounce script when I had to end us. And so what we were talking about was about this RB, rigid body 2D, is kinematic. If you remember in Unity, there was a little box there. If I click on my ball, and the is kinematic was clicked, and actually we should turn that on because I should actually turn off my gravity, set my gravity scale to 0. Let me just make sure I did that on my paddle too. I think I did, yes. I just forgot to do that on the ball. Okay, so what's going to happen is actually we're going to turn that off, and then that will basically let the rigid body take control and do all the collision detection. If you've got that on, then the animations can take control. If we had animations on it, and sort of the rigid body is ignored. All right, so what we're going to do is continue with the script here. And so we've got the kinematic set to false. Now what we're going to do is push it one way or the other. So I'm going to create two if statements. So if, and we need brackets here, the random integer, okay, is equal to, let's say the 1, because it's either going to be 1 or 2. Well, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to push it, okay? So we're going to do the RB2D dot add force. We've seen this before, okay, and we want to add the force with a new vector 2, and basically we're going to do it with the ball velocity and the ball velocity, okay? So it's pretty simple here, just two, what we called it, ball velocities, and that will take the x and y directions. So at the moment, okay, whoops, it's just going to bounce at a sort of a 90 degree, or not 90, 45 degree angle here. Okay, so I'm going to end that one. And basically, I'm just going to copy this. Oops, it doesn't like me because I have to put one more in. I believe, there we go. I'm going to copy this, so this if statement, put that here. We'll leave it all the same, except what we're going to do is, if it's 2, we're going to bounce it the other way. So if I can get my keyboard to type a number. Okay. There we go. So I got it. If it's 2, then what it's going to do is add force. And, you know, I think, depends what we want. We can have it just go left or right. And still bounce up, I guess. Or you could have it bounce down to the left. We can change things up later on. I think we might be done this script now. So I'm just going to hit save, which it saved, and head on over. And it says I got an error, so let's just see, 45. It might be just finishing it up. I think I might not have got enough. Yeah, I think so. So I had this if here. I just didn't close up my theoretically closed up that script. I just need to close up this script here. Okay. Save that. Double check. And no, did I make another mistake here? I think it is, the problem is 17. Rigid body. This is the problem here. I didn't declare this as a rigid body 2D. Whoops. Caps on. Okay, there we go. So now this matches up with this guy here, okay? Again, small little things. These always show up. There. Okay, so what we want to make sure is that on our ball, that we put our ball bounce script on it. I think we should go to the walls and, as I mentioned, put the physics materials on them. So let's just do that while we're here. I think it's in the assets folder. We can do all 3 at once. So now all 3 should have the bouncy on it. Well, let's see what happens. Now, okay. Now the other thing is I didn't have the ball and the paddle attached. I'm going to do that in a second. But if I click now, so I'm going to left click on my mouse, the ball goes. Okay, and it's bouncing. And we got a pretty good game of reasonable Pong. And you can just see how much easier, I mean, we haven't quite finished it, but compared to Unity, or sorry, Python, you know, creating this bouncing game in Unity took me maybe 4 or 5, you know, maybe 10, 15 lines of code, I guess, really, to get this to work, versus pay, you know, how many lines of code that we had in Python there. And that's the beauty of a game engine, making your life just that much easier. If we play again here, sorry, what I was going to do actually before I do that is I was going to parent these two, okay? And before I do that, because now that I parented them, it's not the best spot. What I'm going to do is I guess I can move either one up. This guy up. So now they're parented. You can see that they're moving together. So I have to unparent it. Okay. Doesn't really matter. I'll just move this guy right there. Then I will parent them again. Okay. So the ball is, or the paddle is attached. Well, the ball is attached to the paddle. And so if I didn't start the game, I believe, I can move it up and down. Okay. And that's why they're parented together. However, when I left click, okay, and that's what's going to start the game. Now, it unparents it, and that's why we did the null there. Okay. And so now you can see it bounces. You might have also noticed that it bounced to the left there because we created this odd, or well, 1 and 2, right? This random range to give us the option. Now, obviously the game ends because the Pong disappears, so we'll definitely have to do something about that. We want to have some AI. There's a few other things that we want to do. Scoring, okay? All those other things that we still need to do. But Pong is basically kind of there, right? I mean, you could play a game. You could try to sell that. It wouldn't be very popular, I don't think. But you do have the basic gameplay there. All right, so we'll end this video here, nice short one, and we'll get back and start adding a few more details to make our Pong even better.